In the first video of this series, we discussed 4 key steps in the writing process: brainstorming, making an outline, writing, and checking your work. In this video, we are going to demonstrate how these 4 steps can be applied to Task 2 of the writing test. In Task 2, you will have to choose between 2 options on a survey. Both are acceptable, and it is best just to choose the option that is easiest for you to support. Let's take a look at an example. Alright, so we've got 2 options: hiking in a local park and an exercise class at a gym. I can choose either one. It's totally up to me. Before you make a choice, it can be helpful to brainstorm advantages and disadvantages of both options. That way, you will be able to see which one will be easier to write about. There is another reason why it's a good idea to list both the advantages and disadvantages of each choice. It can be a good strategy to mention why you rejected the other option, as it can show why your choice is the better one. I'm going to start off by making a chart where I can brainstorm advantages and disadvantages for each option. I'm just going to take a few minutes to fill in this chart. Okay, now as I brainstorm, it's really going to help me if I try to imagine the situation. My manager wants to do something for a workplace fitness day, so I guess the goal is to promote a healthy lifestyle among the employees. A hike in the park sounds nice. Just getting outdoors sounds good. Fresh air, a chance to enjoy nature. I can imagine a leisurely walk in the park, socializing with my coworkers. But maybe getting a lesson in the gym is better, because if people learn to use the equipment, it will encourage them to go to the gym more often. Also, we could go to the gym even if it rains or gets cold. It's not weather dependent. We can only go hiking if the weather is good, so that's a disadvantage for hiking. I can't really think of any disadvantages for the gym option. Well, except maybe that it's inside and some people would probably prefer to go to the park. For people like me who work in an office all day, it's always nice to be outside. Alright, now that I've brainstormed some advantages and disadvantages, I can start working on my outline. I'm going to take a look at my ideas and decide which are the best ones. When I look at my chart, I see that I have a lot of advantages for the hiking option, but actually some of these are very similar. The first 3 points, outdoors, fresh air, and enjoy nature, all seem part of the same main idea. I'll circle them so I know that they are part of one idea. In terms of advantages for the gym option, I think these first points are closely related. I'll draw a circle around them. Overall, I think the advantages for the gym option are stronger than the ones for hiking in the park. Even though I thought the hike sounded better at first, I now see that I could probably write a stronger response in support of the gym option. The disadvantage of the hiking option, that we may have to cancel if we get bad weather, seems pretty strong too, so I'll use that to further support the gym option. Okay, so I basically have 2 main reasons that I prefer the gym option. I think I could write a paragraph about each of these. And I think I could write a short paragraph at the beginning stating my preference and mentioning that there are 2 reasons. I can make a quick outline here to guide me. Okay, I think this outline is enough to keep me on track. I'm ready to start writing. In this case, there is a specific person who's conducting the survey, your manager, so it's better to address your message to someone. I'll just start off by saying, "Hi Jill." Sometimes in Task 2 there is no specific person who is carrying out the survey. The instructions will just say something like, "City Council is conducting a survey," in which case it's not necessary to address your response to anyone. You could just start off by stating what your preferred option is. Okay, so I'll write, "Hi Jill," and then write a short first paragraph stating my choice and mentioning that I have 2 main reasons for my preference. This is short, but I really don't need to say any more. The most important thing is that I have stated my preference clearly so that the raters will not be confused. Now I'm ready to move on to my second paragraph. Here it is. Here I've started off with a good transitional phrase, the first reason. That will help the raters follow the flow of my writing. I think I should add something here about why the hiking option is bad. That will strengthen my argument. I'll add one more sentence. I see that I have repeated the word prefer. I said it in my first paragraph as well. I want to show the raters the range of my vocabulary, so I'll change this to I would rather. All right, on to my last paragraph. Here again I've started with a good transitional phrase at the start of my paragraph, the second reason. It will help the reader follow the organization of my response. I wonder if I can add something here to strengthen my argument. Maybe I can mention how much my coworkers hate bad weather. Adding specific details like this will really help to develop my main ideas. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done. Oh, except I think I will add a sign-off here since I started with a greeting. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes in task 2, there won't be a specific person who is conducting the survey. If the instructions say something like, your local library is conducting a survey, then it isn't necessary to include a greeting or a sign-off. So here's my sign-off. Okay, now that I've completed writing my response, I'm going to spend a few minutes checking my work. I see that I've written 199 words, so I'm within the range of about 150 to 200 words. However, as I read over my work, I see that I have made a small error in the second paragraph. Can you see it? I start off by saying, if I receive some training, but then I say, there's a stronger likelihood that we would continue attending this gym. I should be consistent in my use of pronouns, so I will change I to we. When I look at my third paragraph, I see that I've made a spelling mistake. That's not how you spell cold. Also, I wonder if I could join these two sentences with a transitional phrase, especially as. That will help emphasize my point here and show the raters my sentence structure skills. All right, I have now completed all 4 steps of the writing process. Here's my response in its entirety. The 4 steps of the writing process have helped me to come up with some ideas, organize and develop those ideas, and then check over my work for errors, as well as make some small, last-minute improvements to my response. I hope that you see the value of using this 4-step process in your writing. Here are the 4 steps one more time: brainstorming, making an outline, writing, and checking your work.